our studio today, we have Fielden and Janet Allison, who teach at African Christian College and who hold seminars throughout Africa on marriage and family topics. Today we will again approach a subject with great relevance in Africa, the role of the extended family. Janet, please start us out.
Traditionally, the African culture had a really wonderful setup where they had the extended family. Aunts and uncles were close, and grandparents were right there on the compound, and they had a lot of interaction. Parents had a lot of help raising their children. But now as you see a large shift towards urban living, some of that's getting left behind, and they don't have good times with their extended family as they used to. And I think they're losing something there. They need to be active promoting more time with relatives, I think. I think they're solid, close relationships with their aunts and uncles and grandparents. But one of the things that I would like to caution parents on is this custom of farming out their children to a relative. Sometimes it may be in a situation that's a bit on the dangerous side. I've seen many girls sent to help like an aunt, but the husband in that home is in no relation to the girl. And often you'll find some abuse. You'll even find the aunt physically abusing as far as making her work harder and maybe not feeding her as well as the other children. And the child grows up feeling unloved and hurt by this experience. I've seen so much of that. And then you also find some situations where the child is maybe physically abused or even sexually abused in these situations. So parents need to be proactive in knowing what situation they're putting their child in and avoiding these types of traps, because many children have been harmed tremendously by these situations. And parents need to be in charge.
You've talked mostly about the physical aspect. The spiritual is there too, I think.
Exactly.
Because, for example, if I send my daughter to be with her grandmother for a year, but the grandmother is not a godly person, then what is my child really learning? You know, it is my responsibility as a parent. I brought this child into the world. And my responsibility is to see her raised or him raised to be a good person in their life, a Christian person, a godly person.
Sometimes there's the parents are weighing two things.
Yeah.
One is their own ability to rear that child, and so perhaps the aunt or the uncle send this child off to be with is rich,
More wealthy.
comparatively speaking, and can send them to school or whatever, and you think, I've done a good thing. But as you say, if the spiritual side is not there, what have we actually done?
It's better for the child not to have maybe all the things in life that they would like to have, at least if they're raised in a godly family. You know, what a difference that'll make in their lives.
And many times the child is unable to make that decision. You know, the parent is there. The child may know of this uncle or aunt, and why can't I go there and live with them and have these things? And the parent just has to make a decision as they see it, as they should, as a good Christian or a spiritual person. Our next session will be our last for this series of interviews with the Allisons. We will discuss practical ways of following Proverbs 22:6, which states, "Train a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn from it." Don't miss the conclusion of this series. If you want to contact the Allisons, their email address is aimfradio@gmail.com, or you can leave them a note on the African Pathways website. Just hit Contact Us and address your comments to either or both of them. Have a wonderful day, and may the Lord bless you with a happy home.
As you know, there's some confusion in today's world about God's will for us. the major world religions, which would include Christians, Muslims, and traditional religions, all claim to have answers. But even those within each major religion do not all agree with one another about what to teach. And this adds to the confusion and sometimes even leads to conflict. My name is John Reese, president of World Bible School. Regardless of what religion you practice, I have a special offer for you. It will enable you to overcome the confusion and to learn about simpler forms of the original Christianity as described in the Bible. Clearly written lessons will be mailed to you free of charge. These attractive lessons will guide you in a personal study of the Bible. To help you understand the material, you will answer questions about each lesson. All such questions are based just on the words of the Bible itself. A teacher will be assigned to you. You will mail your answers to your teacher. You may also ask your teacher any additional questions you may have about the lessons. When you finish the lessons, you will receive a certificate of completion. This offer may seem too good to be true. A guided tour of the Bible, using booklets and interacting with your own teacher,